What is up everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm back again for another video as I do a preview to our upcoming game against Middlesbrough on Saturday, of course. We are back on the road, travelling to the Riverside again. It's always a nice place to visit at the Riverside, to be fair. Really family orientated and very friendly as well, so yeah, always a good place to visit. But yeah, obviously we go into this game on the back of that 1-0 loss on Tuesday. And yeah, it's the Middlesbrough come into this game. Obviously, they won 4-1 on Wednesday against Wigan, so they were looking to build on that, to keep climbing further up the table. And yeah, so yeah, a bit about the opposition then, so let's get straight into it. So this is Middlesbrough's 6th consecutive season in the Championship. Since they were relegated from the Premier League in the 2016-2017 season, that was when we were promoted to the top division, of course. So yeah, a very, very memorable year that seems an absolute world away right now. But yeah, so Borough are still looking for a new manager after parting ways with Chris Wilder at the start of October after losing to Coventry. So the caretaker manager is Leo Perkovic. Obviously, he's done okay when he's come in, to be fair. Obviously, Middlesbrough do still sit 20th after winning 2 and losing 3 of their last 5 matches. However, I think there has been a development, hasn't there, at the time of this recording, that Michael Carrick looks very, very likely to take the job. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but it looks like it's more or less done. And ironically, the guy that I said that I'd like to see come in at Huddersfield has ended up going to Middlesbrough, and we happen to be playing them this weekend. So how funny is that? It's strange how things work out, to be honest with you. But yeah, so obviously ones to watch. Paddy McNair, obviously he joined Middlesbrough from Sunderland in the summer of 2018. 4-year deal as well, but his contract was extended in December 2020. Obviously McNair did come through the ranks at Manchester United, making 24 appearances for them, obviously before making that move to Sunderland, where he went on to make 28 appearances in 2 seasons and scored 7 goals. Obviously, the Northern Irish international has made over 145 appearances for Borough and has scored 13 goals since 2018. So yeah, he's going to be a tricky customer and a very good player. So someone that we could be doing within our side at the moment. But yeah, a familiar name as well. Next up is Matt Crooks. He is, of course, Yorkshire-born. So the midfielder's youth career was actually spent with Man United as well, before he returned to Yorkshire with the Terriers. Crooks obviously made his senior debut at Town before going on multiple loan spells, which saw him sign permanently with Accrington Stanley. The 28-year-old signed for Neil Warnock's Middlesbrough in the summer of 2021. He also scored in his debut in a friendly against Plymouth. This season, of course, Crooks has scored 2 goals and assisted 2 goals in his 14 appearances. So yeah, another player that is dangerous. I always like watching him play. I think he offers so much, and yeah, I just think I think he'll have a very good afternoon, put it that way, on Saturday. To be honest with you, I don't think he'll be worrying too much. I think he will create chances. He probably will get a few assists and probably a goal as well. So yeah, we'll have to see. But yeah, class player. And then finally, Duncan Watmore, obviously forward, signed for Middlesbrough on an initial short-term deal from Sunderland. but he did commit his future to the club with a 2.5-year deal contract in December 2020. He was after he was named Sky Bet Championship Player of the Month for scoring 5 goals in his first 8 appearances for Borough. Watmore finished the 2020-21 season as the Middlesbrough's top scorer with 9 goals. The 28-year-old has already 4 goals to his name out of 14 appearances so far this season, and he's got 1 assist as well. So another player that he must be licking his lips at the prospect of facing us this weekend, and he'd probably fancy himself to get a couple of goals in this game, and yeah. But yeah, obviously that is kind of Middlesbrough's perspective. It's going to be a tough game. Mind you, every game's tough at the moment. Obviously away from home, Middlesbrough are a good side. They look on the up, and they've got some real quality in there. And I just think they'll just have too much for us, to be honest with you. I don't see us winning this. I don't see us picking up a point. I think we'll just, I just don't have any hope at the moment. Now, obviously, from a town's perspective, I think what I will say is, first of all, is I don't think I've ever seen a coach or coach lose a fan base and set of players as quick as Mark has, and I think that's saying something. We're in real trouble here. This appointment had to be spot on, with the manager coming in, and it was kind of a make or break scenario for me, and I'm afraid it looks like they have got it wrong again. I'm afraid, it's one of the, and ultimately it looks like it's going to cost us our place in the Championship, because you saw it. Results last night didn't go our way. Obviously, it saw us go to the bottom of the league, and we cut adrift even more. So it's becoming even more of a challenge, if that is even possible, because the way we are playing at the moment, the way we are not able to get results, the way we're conceding, the way we look so toothless up front, no idea going forward. I don't see any hope for us at all. Like I say, we look worse under this guy at times, compared to what we were under Schofield. And like I said, we are in an even worse position now than we was when Schofield was in 2, which is, you've got to put into consideration here. And obviously, just to sum it all up, rumours have been coming out over the last few days, obviously, that Jonathan Hogg and Mark have had a scuffle. And I think that pretty much sums up how much the players aren't really seeing eye to eye with him. And I think it's safe to say there's only one player who, one person who every single town fan is sticking up for, and it's not a guy that's been in charge for 5 games. Let's put it out there. I think once you lose the dressing room, that's it. And I know it's only been 5 games, but I don't feel like he's got the dressing room fully on board, from what I can see anyway. I really can't. Like I said in the previous video, it's all well and good talking the talk in the press conferences and all this, but it's what happens on the pitch that matters the most, believe it or not. And what we are actually producing on the pitch is nothing short of nowhere near good enough and embarrassing at times, and it's just not good enough. And I just don't see any hope here going into this game on Saturday. I see us losing 3 or 4-0, to be honest with you, if I'm honest. I don't see it. Yeah, I don't. I just think obviously Middlesbrough are on the back of a good win against Wigan away. We can't score. We can't defend. It only just seems to be one outcome here. So yeah. I mean, I would go through the line. I mean, I could do, I suppose, but I don't think it really makes much difference, to be honest with you. For the lineups, Nichols obviously in goal. I mean, I really don't know who to put in because it's just been terrible. Because if you don't change it up again, how are you meant to change fortunes? But we haven't got, bundles of players at our disposal to be able to change it up as much as maybe we'd like at the moment. So, yeah, I mean, obviously Lees, Heelick, Nakayama, I'd bring Nakayama back in. You might as well. Thomas, obviously. Kasumu. Probably bring Radoni in that centre of the park with Kasumu, to be honest with you. Kamara, he's great, but he did start off really well, but he seems to be struggling, at the moment. I don't know, but I'd maybe give him a rest in this one. And yeah, give Radoni a start. Jackson as well. Dwayne Holmes, I suppose, in the cam. I suppose we could maybe put Mahoney there, Mahoney, Cam. With Rhodes and Ward, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know. It really is worrying times at the football club at the moment, and I really do fear for us, and I don't see where our next win's coming from. I don't see any kind of positivity, and so we've got a tricky game against Middlesbrough, and then the following week we've got Millwall again. Millwall are a club, obviously we're at home for that one, but I know again Millwall another club that are on the up. And then we've got Sunderland, of course, midweek as well. So yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things are looking very bleak. And yeah, like I said, I'm not expecting anything at the weekend. And I make no apologies for being, as negative as this, because the reality is what you see is what you get with me, and I just don't see a team or manager that is capable of, turning this around. And I do think it will be a miracle if we do stay up. The performance on Tuesday was dreadful, like I said. And yeah, I think, Borough will really just absolutely, obliterated on Saturday, whatever you want to say. I think, sometimes the players do have to look themselves in the mirror as well. If you look at what we produced under, obviously, Chico, our assistant, it is, that was the last time we'd seen actually a really, really good performance. Obviously, Chico didn't want the job, so that wasn't an option. But yeah, we've got it in us, but I just feel like tactically, I'm sorry, but he doesn't seem to know what he's doing. And like I say, it pretty much sums it up, doesn't it? On Tuesday, we're 1-0 down. He makes one substitute. Doesn't think about changing it up even more when we were chasing the game. At half time as well, like I said earlier, like I said in the last video, he was out on the pitch for watching the subs for some reason. I still don't understand what that is about. You've got to be in that changing room trying to motivate those players to come out and actually, produce for you in the second half. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I'm absolutely baffled by that. And yeah, I honestly don't know where we go from here. I really don't. I wish I had the answers. I really did. I really do. And this truly hurts the way, hurts me at the moment. It is literally painful to watch. It's painful to see us in such a bad moment. This football club means so much to me, and I just see that we're in a complete and utter mess from top to bottom, really. And yeah, it is going to be, one of those where I just don't know. I don't believe we can turn the tide. I don't think there's much positivity within the fan base either at the moment. I'm not surprised. And if the rumours are true about the Hoggy situation, and if that's the reason he's not playing him as well, I'm sorry. We need Hoggy back in that team because we need a leader on that pitch. Sometimes you're looking around and you think to yourself, there's no leaders on that pitch, and Hoggy needs to be coming back in. And yeah, I'm just not sure about this manager. I just don't really like the way he operates, to be honest, either. Yeah, I think the writing is on the wall already, unfortunately, and we knew if this appointment wasn't right, then it would really mess us up and set us on the road to League One, and that is exactly the way we are going, and head first. We're not fighting. We're not showing any passion. We're not showing anything about us. We're just going down with a whimper. But yeah, that is it from me. Thank you all for watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment your thoughts. What are you thinking right now, Town fans? Let me know what you're thinking. How do you feel ahead of this weekend? Can you kind of pass any positivity on to me, please? Because I love being positive. I'm the most positive person you'll ever meet, but when you are in this situation and the mess we are in right now, it's very, very hard to find any kind of positivity, I'm afraid. And that is it. But yeah, have a good weekend, everybody. If you're going to Middlesbrough, have a safe trip. And yeah, all the best. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.